so mkokoteni was a symbol na what kuonyesha the current lifestyle of Kenyans.
For any agenda in life, you need to convince people or convince yourself that you need to take that position or right in life. So, in our own country, accessing leadership, you need to convince people. But once you're in there and you have the agenda at hand, maybe an interest, your own interest or the people's interest, and you gain the access, you take those agendas to become something that can, something tangible. So like Eric is doing the composition, the briefcase, now the access is already there. So he's going to send to put that agenda in place. But once the agenda is not agenda, Rick, in the street stamps, it backfires. And now if plan A, if my interest can't be implemented this way, why don't I use the plan B of this plan? Because our leaders seem to be all figured out with this thing of cameras, everything, the agendas, the way they do, making sure that their interests are put to hand. So it's right, camera, and actions. So plan B starts right here. Eric starts now putting the plan B once he's in there, and maybe they declined the proposals he had. Now plan B begins of his gimics. He's in the streets, and as usual, we have to be a little chaotic, even more chaotic, and as the leader, he has to be in front to support it. He's the spokesperson, and all these banners and putting the writings that these are the problems Kenyans have, and they should be taken care of. The government should do something to, like shebang, take care of everything. The high cost of living, the increase in basic commodities, the chaotism in singing. It's really funny how Eric has been able to put all the shebang together and being the leader. And if this is correct, this video, Eric at this time was going to the parliament. But the thing is, these leaders, how dare do they even have the audacity to be demonstrating in the streets, and yet they have the power and the small position in government? This is in parliament, just outside parliament, where Eric is asking to these guys, these police, that they should give him access or to enter in or call the speaker of the parliament to come outside so that he can talk to him. It's really funny how the MPs are the ones supposed to be maybe talking. Even the Senate is the one that is supposed to be taking all these shebang problems that Kenyans have so that it can be solved uko mbele mbele. But it's so funny that it is this chaotism. It needs these major players in the shebang to make it to work. It needs someone who is selling the agenda. And as usual, there has to be three things, major things, in a protest. There has to be cameras, there has to be the police, and there has to be, now, the other side of the chaotism, those people who are protesting. And the voice shouldn't be low. The the voice should be high so that you can be heard. Of course.
The conversation is not about whose land. It does not feed us. The conversation is not about Raila's gas. It does not feed us. You have millions. This conversation is about poverty and children who are out of school without food. You will not silence that conversation.
And also not forgetting the fake anger and the consistency of the chaotism. This is Eric taking to these CVs of the alleged 3,000 people, CVs across the country, taking them to State House. But maybe he had might forgotten that maybe at this time the president was not in the country, so more or less it's a gimmick. So, and if this Eric was given this opportunity to be inside the State House, I'm sure he would have forgotten about these CVs he's carrying and started putting his interest first. Like, he needs a job, he needs to secure an MC job, a comedian in the State House to take care of the president's issue. And these CVs, I don't know if they're CVs or empty boxes, but yeah, he would have forgotten all about it. And that's the same thing our leaders do. And as usual, the chaotism has to continue. The arrest, the tear gas, the beginnings of leaders, taking our grievances as Kenyans and as the leaders to show how it's bad for our leaders to be taken into arrest if they are caught in protest. And over the years, this agenda of putting our grievances as the citizens across the streets, it's something that is it's agenda that is agendering. It's being sold out and we are buying it. In these games, although citizens are the one hurting the most, I think Kenyans have become serious and have taken all their energy to put their mind, their time,
You not change the conversation.
madness.
People are suffering.
And our leaders, as usual, it's a pull-push game when it comes to all the chaotism. So this is Rilo and the farm that is owned by the Kenyatta families. People, they are called looters. They went there and stole from it. And these are people on the streets. And the chaotism did not just end there. Day two, it's when the police came. So it took people a whole day to steal from the farm. And then the next day, that day when it was things were being stolen, police were nowhere to be found. The next day is when they came, when all the deeds were already done. And the chaotism and the push-pull between our leaders themselves and we taking sides as citizens who are like, it's right, it's wrong. We are down here just fighting each other, hating on each other and having puny feelings all the way. But really, the chaotism and the fight, and as they say in Swahili, when two bulls are fighting, the grass are the one who is the glass is the one that is gonna feel the punch. So the pain is only felt in the citizens. So it doesn't make sense, more or less, in this chaotism that Kenyans are the one to hurt the most. But back to Eric. Eric has been doing less of comedy and more of controversies and gimmicks as usual.
See, now they're trying to change Eve, they're trying to change the narrative, they're trying to change the conversation. It is about now, the Chungu are fighting Uhuru, political, vendetta. We will not change the conversation. It's about hunger, it's about economic slavery, it's about hunger, it's about school fees, it's about unemployment, it's about mafuta, it's about steamer. You will not change it. I am the voice of millions of Kenyans that will shout it. Don't play politics with our lives. They want to change the narrative. From high cost of living, kuchoma vitu za watu, kufight vitu za Raila, so that conversation changes. Agenda, it will not change.
Meanwhile, while we are losing the focus that was there to put our grievances across, more destruction in the streets is happening. This is a church, I think in Kibra, where two puny goons came in, destroyed the church, the windows, the shebang. They lit the things that were inside on fire. And that's not enough. They went to a kindergarten, still in the area, destroyed other things as they burned, they broke things, and even took what was inside it. So people are crying in the society. Because each and every time I told you, our governments or those in government are playing the games, someone has to be hurt. And the streets where we belong, we always get hurt. The churches, the mosques, the cars, schools are being burned, destroyed, and people need to go back to scratch. More or less, the damage is already done. The businesses are destroyed, they are burned. Entrepreneurs have to go back, take other loans on top of the ones they are paying to restart.
People are suffering.
And as we cry all the time, it doesn't help anyone. We are just the same people. We have to be the one paying the price, as our leaders are figuring out in those big hotels, putting their beef.
So nobody silenced you?
No one. Do I look like I was silenced? That time, the time I went silent because nilikuwa naenda Uganda na nilikuwa nimeona dalili nikibweka sana nitakosa kwenda show, na nilikuwa na contractual obligation ingenipeleka vibaya sana. So some of these things ni wisdom too. Unajua nilikuwa naenda kwenda Uganda, and when I was being released I was told we are releasing you but ukileta nini kesho utakuwa hapa. So nasema acha niende pale kwa Museveni kwanza nichekeshe watu, but I'm back now.
Putting their beef down, laughing at us and putting their interest first, as we are here getting into our feelings that no, this has done, that has done, I'm on this side, I'm supposed to be on that side, as people have lost so much. Their businesses, they has to take care of these repairs that have been done, the damage. You need to sort yourself out, as people have are doing the undone deeds, but some of them are not reversible. Like when people are hurt, when people die, when now what in general seem as games in the beginning ends up in what campus people love to put as premium tiers in relationships. So in this relationship, unfortunately, the youth, the women, the kids, the men, and all of us of the society are the one hurting. So we have lost things. We have to undo the damage, take care of expenses, bury one of our own peoples who are already dead, take care of this